you have ever watched a woman eat last, eat less, or say something like, I'm not hungry, I'm okay, you all can go ahead and eat, just so that everyone else around her can eat, then you have probably seen just how gender and nutrition are connected. Hi, my name is Gumisola Victoria. I am a nutritionist, and you are welcome to my corner of the internet where I show you just how gender and nutrition are connected. So when people hear gender equality or feminism, their mind goes to one thing. They think it's men versus women. And it has never been about that. It has always been about who has power to decide, to earn, and even access resources. And in nutrition, that gap is clear, really wide. You see, women make up about an average of 70% of the agricultural workforce. So they do the planting, they do the weeding, they do the harvesting, and even processing of some foods. Yet, women produce about 16 to 28% less per hectare when you compare to their male counterparts. Now, this does not mean that women are not capable or they are less capable. It's just that they don't have the equal access to resources like agricultural credit, like fertilizer, machinery, and other things like that. Female farmers receive less than 10% of available agricultural credit. And often, they don't even own the land that they farm on. So what does this mean? It means that women are working more, but they're earning less. And they are stuck in the manual, labor-intensive roles, while their men or the male counterparts are more likely to control the land, input, and even have higher value production. You see that gap at the farm level? It now translates to an income gap. Nigerian women earn roughly about 60 kobo for every 1 naira that a man earns. And this is largely because, like I said earlier, they are concentrated in the low-paying manual labor and also in the informal sector. But at the same time, they spend 1.5 times more hours doing unpaid care work than the men. So unpaid care work like cooking, cleaning, caregiving. This means less pay, less time, fewer assets, but more responsibility for feeding everyone. You see, despite being the primary food producers and processors, nearly 60% of female-headed households in Nigeria are food insecure. And you see, when food becomes scarce, women become the buffer. That is called maternal buffering in a lot of households, where they eat less or they skip meals entirely so that their children and often their husbands can eat. You see, the wild part is just how normal this is, because women who do this are seen as good women, sacrificial mothers. It's familiar. You have seen it in houses where you have grown up. You've seen it in your surrounding or in your community. Many of us have lived it. Skipping meals for women is not seen as a problem. It's treated like an act of love. But the cost of it on the women's nutrition is a lot. Poor nutrition status opens up women to micronutrient deficiencies, nutrition issues, poor pregnancy outcomes, and children that they give birth to in this cycle already start life disadvantaged. Now, here's even the high irony of all of this. When women actually have income and they have control over resources, they reinvest up to 90% of it into the family's nutrition compared to men. Example, you give a woman 100,000 naira and she's already thinking of how many congos of rice she can use to stock up her house, what gari and all other food stuff, staple foods that she can stock up her house with. But men are thinking, this is gadget maybe I need to get, or a personal need that they want to use the money for. So you can see that women are not just caregivers. They're actually like the strongest link between income and nutrition outcomes. So we can actually see that feminism and gender equality is not just noise. These are practical issues. It's about whether women have the land, the income, the time, and even the choices. Because when women stop being the absorbing shock of poverty, nutrition improves. And when nutrition improves, everyone benefits. The community is healthy. And now, you have seen it, how gender and nutrition are inseparable. They're really connected. Women's power, women's resources and choices, they directly shape the health of families and communities. And I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things today. If you want to keep unpacking nutrition with me, you can follow, like, and share this video, because this conversation is just getting started.